Yo, welcome back to another episode of Not Your Typical Bootyscratchers. It's been a minute, but we back.
Yes, sir.
Glad to be in front of the cam. Glad to be sharing some opinions and some thoughts. A lot been happening in the world, bro.
Too damn much.
Too damn much. But before we hop into all of that nonsense, how you feeling, big dog?
I'm good, bro. 9 to 5 as usual. Working from home is kind of hitting a point where I'm at a breaking point now. Like I like it. I can watch, my Undisputed in the morning with Skip and Shannon. I can make my coffee. You know what I'm saying? I could save money and not get on CTA, which I'm tired of too. I can't do CTA in 2021. But also, like, I kind of miss being able to get to know people.
Yeah, that's a big key.
Right. So I started a new gig, and I think I don't even know half my coworkers by face. Like, everybody's masked up. So that part's been kind of tricky.
You been going in?
I did when I first started, yeah. So when I first started, I think there was a group of 6 of us that came in, and then already in the office, it was probably like 10 to 12 people. And then once COVID in like October got crazy, then it was like 4 people. So I just miss seeing people. I miss kind of getting to know people, doing the happy hours and shit with your coworkers and people complaining about, regular everyday shit. So
that's crazy that you mentioned that happy hour part, because
I miss happy hour, bro. That shit is...
I started a new gig not too long ago myself, and apparently there's like a bar on one of the floors, and everybody... like
inside the building you work at?
Yeah, inside the building we work at, and everybody just keeps talking about how they want to get back to the office so that they can, head down to the bar and drink. And I'm like, y'all insane. As if you can't go to the store and grab your own liquor, like, and just drink it in the crib.
You know who's trying to go to the bars, bro.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, you know who.
What is it? Non-pigmented folks or whatever the word is. They crazy as hell, but I'm not looking forward to going back to the gig at all. I just think it's stupid at this point. Everybody been working effectively and efficiently from the crib.
I agree.
And like I don't know what companies would think like productivity levels would be when people go back into the office. Like, it's gonna shoot all the way down. Like, I'm locked in 8 hours a day to just focusing on my work. Like, that's not good for my mental health. Like, at least let me ease into that. So
I agree. When do you think it's gonna be official where we have to? Because what are we in? We're in April heading into May. So you think
probably
June,
by end of year for sure. I know by end of year for sure, a lot more companies and a lot more places gonna be back in the office.
Okay.
I hope that they give people options. Obviously, it depends on what industry you work in and stuff like that. Like, for me, I'm in digital marketing. Like, I really hope that they tell me, like, yo, you can just work from home. You have the option to come in, but just stay at the crib, because I can do everything from Facebook and Google.
Okay.
Like, I don't need an office. So it is what it is.
Overall, though, how do you feel just personally outside of work and you not trying to run to the bars? How you feeling?
Ramadan Kareem to all my Muslims out there right now. I'm participating in Ramadan. It's been a struggle a little bit. For those of you who know me, for those of you who've been watching the shows, I drink coffee on all the episodes, and I ain't had no real coffee in like a week and a half right now, and I'm going through it. Like, the food part not even the worst. It's just the coffee. Like, I'm having withdrawals. I call them lean withdrawals. Coffee my lean. So that shit been messing with me.
Drinking the big cups
you
too.
Feel me?
So I know, yeah, that's crazy.
So, but other than that though, man, I've been good. I've been blessed. Trying to count all my blessings, look at the positives. Obviously, there's times where I get down, just about the shit that's going on in the world, just my life as a whole. Social media kind of makes it hard to just focus on yourself, because you see what this person got, what this person doing, and I be having to like take hours at a time to just step away from that stuff and remember like my own accomplishments and what I've done up until this point in life. So it's every day is a new day for me, a new chance and a clean slate to just do something different for myself. So trying to stay busy, trying to stay positive, man.
I think at the end of the day, kind of to piggyback off that, I fell victim to that too. And I think it's just times you have to just sit down with yourself and be like, you're running your own race.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not in this person's lane. This person might have had disadvantaged. Somebody might have known what they wanted to do since they was 6, 7 years old, and trying to keep up with the Joneses and shit will kind of drive you crazy. So we all want to be successful, but everybody's not Usain Bolt basically running to that finish line. So
that's a fact. That's a fact. I see Usain Bolt and picked up like that dancing aerobics and all of that stuff. He doing his thing. Shout out to that dude. But man, what you been listening to lately? It's been a lot of hot drops. It's too much music, honestly, these days to keep up with. So I kind of be feeling like siloed and just listening to the same old music. But I try to stay up to date. What you been listening to?
I'm super big Griselda.
You put me in tune with them.
That's my favorite group, bro. So Conway just dropped something. I think it's called La Máquina, which is crazy.
They got it.
Yup. Features from JID on there, Benny.
Facts.
Westside, Ludacris. And yeah, he's just consistent, bro. Like that camp is just consistent. Like I hate kind of what we're going through right now with Drake and Kendrick and Cole. Like a motherfucker drop and you won't hear from him for 5 years. Kendrick, I'm talking to you. But they're real consistent. The bars are always great. The production is always great. And I just like how they move as a team. Ain't nobody hating on nobody. They work with each other, but they kind of all have their hands in different things.
Modern day Wu-Tang.
Exactly. And it's real hip-hop. I feel like everybody's a Dirk baby. Everybody's a young boy baby. Everybody, they all sound the same, content the same. So it's good to kind of just hear like boom bap and real rap. And that's just my bag. That's what I fuck with. So what about you? What you been tapping into?
Before we hopped on, we was talking about Corday. That 4-piece that he just dropped. Yeah. That Thornton Street right there, like he dropped some heat. Aside from that, man, I really just been in my old school bag, to be completely honest. Like, no, not even. But just like old school rap. So like Spotify, they be having a bunch of different playlists. Like I've been super heavy on the DMX lately. R.I.P. to our man. Biggie is, that's my favorite artist of all time. So I've just been going through all of his, like, bro, if you sit back and really listen to like what Biggie was talking about back in the early 90s, like relative to today, it's all still the same. And like, dude was a visionary, and like the way that he just put stories together lyrically, like nobody really is fucking with him. Like I don't think Hov would be what we hear of him if Biggie was still rapping, to be completely honest. But
what's crazy about Jay-Z too that I realized, just kind of, this is a segue, but when you listen to Biggie, like Biggie had style and he had metaphors and he had he had bars. And then when I listen to early Jay-Z wasn't really barring you up, but he was more like smooth. He was like a slick, I'm gonna talk my shit, I got this, and then just to see his progression now, like triple entendres and shit, and
it should be crazy.
Yeah, it do be crazy.
I think the only Hov album that I constantly like listen to probably like once a month is Reasonable Doubt.
Okay. Good choice.
And that's really what opened me up to him. I don't really listen to any of his other like albums. I probably would play the mainstream joints, but I don't know.
444 not for you, bro.
It is.
No, I'm playing.
I'm not Black Up OJ, but that 444 was hot to me, but I just be feeling like we have to find different ways to like speak to the people, because like music is one great way, and like he was sharing gems, but a lot of people like not really trying to sit up and listen to that.
The beat's not gonna catch it. That's a fact. That's true.
But aside from that, the New York drill scene, that's always my
favorite
shit.
genre.
Just dropped.
Favorite genre right now.
All my life, between like 5-Yo, 22 G's, like they all
Ghost is tough too.
They be going crazy. Speaking of 5-Yo, he just got arrested for having a blick on him. Tried to fight the police like a fool. What else? Ruger from Chicago. He actually surprisingly has been doing the damn thing.
I actually watched it. I didn't know who he was, but I watched an interview he did with what's white buddy name?
Adam.
And just insight into him as a person and an artist. He seemed like a real dope artist. So definitely put me into him, bro.
Man, he got this one Many Man freestyle that you gotta check that
Crazy.
one out. He blacked on that.
Okay,
For real.
Say less. Say less.
But yeah, man, music is my life, so I'm constantly playing that. It's what gets me through the day.
What about like R&B or other things? You
Man,
get into that bag, or you stay away from?
Every time my girl plays some R&B, I just be like, turn the sleep music off. Like I can I can listen to it, dog, but I really, really have to be in the mood for it. Like if I'm doing some work and all of that, hell no, I'm not listening to R&B, bro.
Really?
Like, nah, bro. I need to like listen to some tee-up shit, yeah, or like some bars to actually like get me in my creative element. But nah, we just did a road trip, bro. On the way there, she played all that R&B, and I said, "Yo, on the way back, the aux is mine."
No, Janae, how you go for you?
I can't even do it. I can't even do it.
I think for me, I'm the same way. Every time I listen to R&B, I think about all the exes I had, and I just, you know what I'm saying? You start thinking about shit, I'm like, nah, I'm cool. Let me get back to my Griselda shit. But there's some great artists. You know, Ari Lennox is great. Snow Allegra, Snow Allegra is great. So it's good music, but you know, it just kind of puts you in that that reminiscent shit. And I'm cool on
light
that.
a candle, burn your incense, you know, do all that cool shit. But man. What we got for the people this week, man? It's been a lot going on, dog.
Heavy one.
It's been a lot. I don't even know where to start. What you trying to hit?
Man, let's just jump right into it, man. Obviously, there's a lot going on in the world, ranging from Adam Toledo to Derek Chauvin to Micaiah Bryant. But let's start at home. Let's start with Adam Toledo. We all kind of know his story. 13 years old, shot in the Little Village neighborhood. The story is police were responding to a shot spotter, and I guess two people that lived in the neighborhood made calls. Mm-hmm. And within 2.5 minutes of those calls being there, he was shot and killed. For the people that did see the video, you could see the officer approaching him, kind of tell him to drop it, put his hands up. Adam turns, puts his hands up, no weapon in his hand, and he gets shot. I want to say
Can't
twice.
Forget, the officer asked him, "Are you okay?" after he shot him.
Okay. Great point.
He asked him, "Are you okay?"
Great point.
Where
great
you
point.
shot, nigga? You just shot me.
Him.
What you mean? Where am I shot?
Right. And Adam was accompanied by someone, I believe his first name was like Ruben Ramos, who's 21. And obviously a lot of outpouring. You know, this city has experienced a lot of police misconduct, police violence, and just in the world in general. So, you know, you have people kind of picking sides, like, was it justified? Was the officer protecting himself? So where do you fall, and how do you feel about the case and the situation in general?
Yo, before I even talk about how I feel about the police aspect of it, you know, we always talk about how we got to hold ourselves accountable.
Facts.
One of the very first things that I thought about when I seen this was, as a community, we have to do better as like older people in the community of like guiding the youth in the right way. This is a 13-year-old who's with a 21-year-old. Niggas who been around, we probably know like that 21-year-old probably told Shorty, "Hey, you hold this pole for me because you a minor."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's wrong, dog. Like, I truthfully hope that Mr. Rubin, that you are haunted for the rest of your life. Like, if they could charge you for murder, I wish they could, because, like, you ended that little boy's life. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the grand scheme of things. Like, we have to hold each other accountable, and we have to want to do better. Like, there's no reason the 13-year-old should have been out at 3 o'clock in the morning with a 21-year-old that's firing shots.
And that's the part that blew me, bro. 3 o'clock in the morning, and on the video, I guess, because it was next to Farragut, they tapped the Farragut cameras, and they saw a video of the Rubin kid shooting at a car prior to. That's kind of what kicked everything off. And they're saying that the kids were in the gang. You know what I'm saying? They probably were, probably not. Like, you don't know.
Right.
But again, to your point, like, you putting him in direct danger. Like,
you know,
3 o'clock in the morning on a Monday, and you shooting at cars. And I just feel like, to your point, like, a community failed him. I feel like his parents, in a way, just kind of weren't rearing him. And, when you're 13, you want to get out into the world. You're trying to figure out who you are, figure yourself out.
That's when you hop off the porch, for real.
Right, you're trying to get to know yourself. You want to fit in, you know what I'm saying? If he was in a gang, you're trying to be a part of something bigger than him. But I just feel like a lot of people let him down. The police let him down. His family, in a way, let him down. His homeboy, Ruben, like you said, let him down. And just seeing that video, like, I know a lot of people when videos and shit like that come out, they usually are like, yo, I don't want to watch it. I make sure I watch every one because niggas will try to spin the truth to you and tell you this and tell you that. So it's good to kind of watch and get your own judgment. Obviously, he didn't have the gun in his hand when he turned. They did find the gun, I think, a couple of feet away from him. But in that instance, I feel like as a police officer, like, if you're telling someone to stop and they stop, you have to have the patience to let things play out. I don't think you would run that far just to stop and turn and shoot at you. If he was running, he could have been turned around and shot at you.
Facts.
That's how I feel. Obviously, I'm not in the officer's shoes, but I just feel like officers are kind of too quick to make life or death. Yeah, it's just kind of like, it's either let's go all the way or just, actually it's just let's go all the way. Yeah. There's no second guessing about, let me take my time. He stopped, he complied. It's just kind of like, he complied, I'm scared, let me shoot. So that's my 2 cents on that.
I mean, I don't have any words for it, bro. That shit's just wrong. When I first saw it, we got, our boy Juice and Frank in the studio. They sent me the video. When I first saw it, I was like, damn, like, this is the first time I actually feel like the officer panicked. Like, he legit regretted the decision that he made because of what I heard him say. But then when you just, think about it in retrospect, it's like, nah, bro, you had a flashlight in one hand, a gun in the other hand. Like, you had time to think, bro. Like, you ain't even bother trying to turn your flashlight off, as you approach Shorty. Like, the first thing you did was pull your trigger. Like, that's wrong. I mean, it all comes down to the way that these officers are trained in police academy, which, what is that, only 4 to 6 months or something of that nature that you have to be in the academy? We got to go to school for 4 years to get a degree, to get a job. Why they only need 6 months, dog?
Boy, you preaching right now.
That shit is trash, and I mean, we're going to get to this later down the line, but I watched the OJ video where he was responding about Bryant.
I ain't see that. Yeah. 2 million.
And he said, I am, against defunding the police, but I do believe that we should allocate better dollars to more training and things of that nature. I agree with him in that sense. Okay. If you're going to actually put the bread towards training them, assessing their mental well-being, looking into their background, seeing if they was the dweebs of their grade schools and high school. Because half these police officers, bro, they is dweebs, bro. These are niggas who was getting bullied every day in school, dog.
Facts.
And I want to become a police officer so I can show you, like, get out of here, dog. Like, you're wrong.
Dweeb is a hilarious word, by the way. Yeah, I just, again, like, I can't really speak to being a police officer. That's never been a goal of mine in my life.
Never will be either.
Never. And I don't know.
I'll be CIA though. Shout out to Snowfall.
Oh, you crazy, bro. But I just like I can't pass judgment because I don't know what that level of stress is. A lot of times people be like, you should do this, you should do that, you should have done this, and if you're not ready to do this, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I feel you on that 100%. Like, if Adam Toledo was my brother, bro, I'll be hurt. Mm-hmm. But, again, it's a lot of stress in that environment. But I also do want to hold the police officer accountable. Like, if somebody's not complying with you and then they do comply with you, it's your job to trust in that situation. Like, you already done chased this man down half a block. You know what I'm saying? And he stops. Like, and just that image of him turning around with his hands up, bro, that should break my heart. It's fucked up. I really don't have too much more to say about that, honestly.
Just hop right into the Makia, what is it, Makia Bryant?
Yeah.
13-year-old to a 15-year-old.
Same situation. RIP Makia. Topics like these, bro, is I just be at a loss for words. I really don't know what to say, honestly. I guess to give a little background, it happened in Columbus, Ohio. Makia was confronted. I think she was 16, confronted by a group of other women. When it happened, police were called. Police arrived at the scene. It was like a frenzy basically when they showed up. And the police officer saw Makia running towards another young woman with a knife and ended up shooting her fatally. She passed away.
Seconds.
Yeah, yep. And, bro, I'm gonna let you take it because this shit is just, I honestly.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's just sad. I mean, I think we kind of said all that could be said within the Adam Toledo segment, but it's just like it all comes down to better training. It comes down to the possibilities of having police officers who are familiar with respective neighborhoods actually police those neighborhoods, because they would have a better understanding of the community, the people, and actually develop personal relationships. But we know, like, within these neighborhoods, don't nobody want to be 12. Don't nobody want to be a cop. So it's harder to do that. But I think going back to something I said earlier, that's when you really do background checks on these officers. You assess their mental well-being to see if, all right, are you fit to actually serve this community, or like, do you have, neo-Nazi ways about you?
Prior misconduct and shit. And
yeah. So it's messed up, bro. We talk about it time and time again. It's unfortunate that as African Americans, as minority people within America, you not only have to worry about, your own communities and like the negatives that come about from it, but you also have to worry about police, and how they systematically are trained to really think that you are a threat when you were the one asking for help.
Let me ask you, have you had a confrontation with the police in your life?
Yes.
Just a yes or no.
Yeah.
Brody, hey, what's
Juice?
You had a confrontation with the police in your life? Have you had a confrontation? Have you had a
Yeah.
Everybody I just pointed out is black in this room.
Yeah.
I've had one too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I could poll a bunch of my white homies and white people I know, and it's not an attack on white people at all. But people that are of non-African descent, you ask them and everything is cool. And I literally, almost every black person I know has had some type of, interaction with police that's negative, period. That's a problem in itself.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, everybody in my phone book probably has had a confrontation with police.
Yep.
And why is that? We're not making up stories. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we're targeted. Sometimes people just pass judgment on us because of the way we look. So,
dog, I was about 2 years ago. I was driving in Inglewood. I had it was when I had a Dodge, and I had this U of I sticker on the back of it. Officer pulled me over. He was like, you didn't turn. You didn't put on your turn signal when you was about to turn. I'm like, oh, my bad. I didn't realize it. He was like, I see that you have a U of I sticker on the back of your car. Did you go there? I was like, yeah, I graduated with a, bachelor's in woo. He's like, do you have an ID to prove it?
wow.
Thankfully, that day I did have my U of I ID on me, so I was able to show him. But he was like, oh, great, and nice to see that you're actually getting Granted, I didn't say that this was a white police officer. It was a white police officer. But to hear stuff like that, it's like, it's unfortunate,
They don't
that
believe you,
they don't believe that, bro. And I can also think about the many a times that, in high school, I had on Ignatius basketball hoodies, and that got me out of tickets because they saw that, I went to St. Ignatius College Prep.
That's happened to me too with the lanyard, for sure.
So it's just crazy the things that we have to meet to be safe, rather than just being who we are, intrinsically, like just being good-natured people, or like just being black individuals.
Facts.
But it is what it is. Ain't shit gonna change about them, bro.
How you feel about kind of transitioning with LeBron and his tweets and kind of the backlash he got from that? LeBron got on Twitter, understandably so, being from Akron, right outside of Cincinnati. I'm sorry, is it Cincinnati that happened? It was Columbus. And, that's his backyard, and he obviously feels some type of way. So he kind of tweeted out after Derek Chauvin was found guilty of all his counts, you're next with the picture of the police officer that shot Miss Bryant. So how do you feel about LeBron's tweets? Do you think, and this is just, I guess I'll play devil's advocate. Do you think as people of color, sometimes, we're quick to pass judgment? Or do you believe it's, I guess, founded that we do so? So basically, like, do you think LeBron isn't in the wrong for kind of jumping to that conclusion? Do you think he is in the wrong? How do you feel about?
I don't think he's wrong at all.
I agree.
Because could he have done more research? Yes.
Of course.
But at the end of the day, that even though that case was kind of different, there's still thousands more cases that don't have the same light shed on it, and are going under wraps. So like what he did, and I saw it as just him once again creating awareness about this huge problem that we have within this country. Like, okay, yeah, he was wrong for posting a picture of the officer. The nigga still shouldn't have shot the girl 4 times.
That's a fact.
Like, hold yourself accountable. And bro, I saw a bunch of like verified accounts responding to his tweets saying that like, LeBron, you promote racism, like you are somebody who is promoting the divide.
Somebody spray painted the N-word on this nigga crib, man. Like, come on, bro. Like, I'm not trying to hear none of that from. No, I'm not, bro.
They just continue to try and silence people who want to have a voice, who want to make people aware and turn them into public enemies. That's another reason why I hate social media, bro. It gives too much power to internet thugs and internet gangsters, bro. People who would like say they said something like that to LeBron in his face. If he slapped the shit out of them, they gonna sue him.
That's a 6'8", 260 nigga. Like, what you
right? But they won't realize that you're instigating the manner, you're antagonizing somebody who's not trying to do anything but live his life and be a voice.
And I think LeBron actually said that exactly. He was like, me putting this up is creating more tension and divisiveness. So let me step away. Let me gather the facts. Let me do my research, see what's going on. And I think that's really noble of him. And I think a lot of times too, and I hate this, bro, when you post something on the internet, it's like you're married to that. You know what I'm saying? There's no change in your mind. It's like, he said that shit, so therefore that's what he stand by. Like, nah, bro, let me step back and be able to change my mind. Like, niggas can change your mind if you get the facts about something. Just because I might tweet something because I thought I knew something and I'm wrong. But the whole world, and like you said, these guys on the internet quote tweet you and be like, oh, I can't believe you feel this way, and this is who you are, we knew this, and, I knew LeBron is promoting divisiveness and, shit like that. So I think people do have the right to change their minds. I think people do have the right to make mistakes. Like, nobody's perfect. If LeBron tweeted something, it's because it happened not too far from where he grew up, and it's in the midst of the trial that was happening as well. So, I don't know. I think LeBron has been a great Samaritan, a great ambassador. He cares about his people, and that's kind of what I take away from that.
Without a doubt. And I think it's just interesting when you just think about the fact that Bron been doing this since Trayvon Martin. He been speaking out, and I think he kind of created that lane for athletes to kind of feel comfortable to speak out against social injustices. Because prior to that, we weren't really seeing a lot of athletes do that. They was all too scared to lose their check.
I would say the modern day athlete.
Facts. Let me say that. Let me be clear with that, because Bill Russell, Muhammad Ali, all of them, like, shit, did they damn thing. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, like, did the damn thing. So most credit and all respect to those legendary guys. But yeah, to your point, Bron is that liaison for the modern day athlete, and his former teammate Kyrie Irving has taken a different approach. I
love Kyrie, bro. I love Kyrie.
The man has changed what PTO means in the NBA. But at the end of the day, you have to respect his vision and his cause. Like, he's doing all of this with a purpose. Mm-hmm. He made the team bus late when the Nets played Chicago so that he can give a shorty some bread.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
that was dope.
He don't care about them people that's paying him to be completely honest. He care about his community and people who look like him.
His impact, yep.
Yeah, so I think one, I'm not advocating for all athletes to be a voice because that's just not going to be the case.
Some of y'all should not be saying shit. Honestly, I'm gonna just keep it 100. I seen some people tweet some shit in the past, bro, and it's like niggas wasn't checking for you, bro. We didn't really need your opinion on this. You know what I'm saying? Leave it up to the guys that's really putting the work in. I think LeBron with his more than a vote, Chris Paul, leave it up to those guys, and not saying that I'm trying to shit on the other athletes, of course. Like, say what you have to say. I can never tell you what to say. But if you gave me a choice between Pat Bev saying something and LeBron saying something, I'm going to go with LeBron because I feel like he's just an elder statesman in the NBA. So.
And Pat Bev from out west, so ain't nothing credible. Yeah. But moving past that, man, big news this week. Derek, I don't know how to say his last name, Chavin.
No, you won't get me to say
Chavinci.
Yeah.
Dude was found guilty on all 3 charges. It was a blessing to see. But I also feel like that's America's way of pacifying us and trying to get us to chill.
That's the kicker right there. That's the one. That's the one.
Just because as we see minutes afterwards, something happened in Columbus, Ohio. Like, justice was kind of served, but there needs to be more reform. I'm pretty sure even though he has like a max sentence of 70 years for all of those charges, he's not going to get all 70.
Of course not, bro.
Probably get 10 years, probably do 2/3 of that and get off on probation and be all good, parole, whatever. So it's unfortunate, but I'm just glad that those jurors made the right decision.
I want to say rest in peace to George Floyd off rip. That, like, a lot of people had a whole bunch of different reactions to it. Some people were kind of like, police accountability. I was one of those people. Other people were like, nah, we don't believe in that. This is the way they're trying to pacify us. Like, real police accountability would have been if he didn't die in the first place, which is 100% true.
He had 9 minutes to make a change.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it hurts that it has to happen on a national, platform or screen and everybody be in the midst of a pandemic for justice to be served. Like, you take away those 2 things or even take away the young lady who recorded the whole incident, like, he would have got off. He would have been cool. He would have been living his life. He probably would have been on, like, some type of probation and would have came back on and continue doing his job. It hurts, man, because it's like, we shouldn't be celebrating this, to me. Like, I think it is a time to be kind of, like, happy about it, quote unquote, but, like, for it to be a celebration means, like, the work is done, and it's not.
Nowhere near done.
We definitely need to kind of figure out how to bridge relationships between police officers and the average person. It doesn't matter if the person is on drugs. It doesn't matter if this person is this or that. It's just kind of the initial interaction has to be smooth. Instead of you looking at someone of color as your enemy, take a step back and try to reason with them.
Yep.
I feel like police officers, I don't know if it's from film or if it's from what they're trained, but more often than not, it's kind of like apprehension. Mm-hmm. You just come in with your hands up or your gun's drawn. I'm going to pull my gun instead of a taser. It's just always force instead of trying to reason with the people who you're encountering. So I think we need to start off with that first and foremost.
Police the biggest gang in the world.
That's a fact. That's true. Yeah,
they rep they shit to the death for them. It's kind of crazy.
And something my barber told me I didn't even think about was like, even though the officer in the trial, he's locked up, he's found guilty, think about all the people behind the scenes that's putting money on his books. That's man. Like, yo, you're a hero. We got your back, and is, probably sending money to his family. And you probably got, like, let's say Trump behind the scenes trying to get lawyers because he's going to try to fight the outcome of the case. Like, it's just a sick world to be in, bro, and it hurts, but I'm kind of happy that his family got justice. It was dope to see his family kind of, like, cry and celebrate. You know what I'm saying? I think all that shit is dope. So rest in peace to George Floyd. You know, it's unfortunate that it took his death to kind of spur change. But I think the country is awake in a way, and hopefully we can make further changes in our communities and the way our police interact with our communities. So
it's only up from here, man.
that's a fact.
Something we didn't talk about, we just spent a few minutes on it, is the right in Minnesota, Dante Wright?
Mm-hmm.
The young,
bro.
the young man who was, I mean, okay, from my understanding, yes, he did have a warrant. Yes, he did try to flee. No, he shouldn't have been shot. That's just like how I view it, you know, and to think, it's crazy how a lot of stories like come back full circle. George Floyd's girlfriend taught him in school.
So
Dante Wright.
Nah,
Yeah.
for real?
Yeah.
Like really?
Really. Taught him in school. So it's like
Conspiracy theory brain running, but go ahead.
exactly. So the shit is crazy. And I think it's something similar. It was like Emmett Till and somebody else's death had Emmett Till and Fred Hampton's death had a relation as well. You know, so it's just crazy, like when things are really about to change, or like when there's something new about to come about, it always comes back full circle. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's just like that justice was not served when you just think about the fact that somebody with close relations to George Floyd still had to go through that. And then just another angle that I took from it was, I think I had a conversation with one of my fraternity brothers. Dante Wright's mother is white. So now we're going to see a white mother on TV crying, you know, that her son was just lost. Yeah, they can continue to shift this narrative and focus on the black side of him. But what I'm interested in seeing is, all right, will this be the wake-up call for like white people now to actually join in the fight? Or will you focus on the black only?
I'm going to stop you right there, bro. They're going to focus on the black only. That's just kind of what we've seen throughout history, unfortunately. Like, it's just, it's the man. It's the black man. It's the threat. That's the threat. Like, and what sickens me the most about this case, the woman is a 27-year veteran of the Minnesota, I think Brooklyn Police Department in Minnesota. 27 years, bro. You don't know the difference between a taser and a gun?
She didn't want to know the difference. Yeah.
Knocked it out the park. I got nothing to say after that, bro.
She was trying to get some high fives from the gang when she got back to the office, bro. That's all she was trying to do.
Bro, and how can you, if somebody's trying to, first of all, if you look at the video, two cops at the driver's side, right? So from what I've seen, it's a black cop, it's her, and on the passenger side, I think there's another cop, right? So why do you feel the need to even pull a gun when you see him trying to jump back? Like, he's not going to jump in the car, somehow take the car out of park,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying, and drive off. Like, that's not what's going to happen in this three of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but your first instinct is, let me reach for a weapon. And not even that, you fucked up and you grabbed the wrong weapon. And I did research on it, bro, and the differences between the tasers that they're licensed and the guns they're given, bro, it's like a fucking holding an apple and holding a banana, bro. It's two different things. Like, you can't fuck that up, basically. It's impossible. And you've been there 27 years.
Yeah, man.
Bro, that shit is crazy.
It ain't no explanation for it. But this shit too sad, bro.
Yeah, this is a heavy episode. RIP to Dante Wright.
Yeah. Adam Toledo. Bryant.
Yep.
George Floyd.
Yep.
Jacelyn Adams.
Yep.
Chicago, 7-year-old.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Like, shit, it's only April, man. It's only April.
2020 was bad, bro. I feel like this is just 0.5 of that, bro.
We got to be the change we want to see. We say it time and time again. Fuck the man. Do what you got to do. Do your research. Support your local businesses. Don't patronize them, but support them. Man, yeah. What we got next?
My dude, let's get into some more lighthearted topics, man.
Let's switch it up for a little bit.
these past couple of months have been heavy, so I just want to highlight something I thought was dope. Chicago's own Dwayne Wade gets a ownership stake in the Utah Jazz. I believe NBA rules regulate that, if you do have ownership, it has to be at least 1%. Dwayne Wade joins a list of other NBA athletes who've had ownership stakes in teams, including Shaq in Sacramento, Grant Hill with the Atlanta Hawks, Magic Johnson, who had a 4% stake in the Lakers at a time. MJ with the Charlotte Hornets, majority owner. So I just want to big up D Wade. I think it's major. I also believe a lot of times when athletes are kind of done with kind of performing on the biggest stages, they're kind of just viewed as an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's it. Like, you're just an athlete. You just shot a basketball. You just ran with a football. You made a couple tackles, and that's it.
Yeah.
And it's great to see, the athlete become an owner, because I feel like for you to excel in that sport, like, you had to have what the fuck you're doing. Like,
mm-hmm.
like a Draymond Green. Like, I'm sure when Draymond is done playing,
He's going to be a coach or something.
yeah, he's going to be in the background because he has a mind for the game. He excels at the game. So why not give more athletes, especially the ones that excel, ownership stake in the franchises that they help build?
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to big up D Wade. I think it's dope. What you think about?
That shit's super dope, bro.
Yep.
And this is just one accolade among many for, like, D Wade. Like, he's been a trailblazer in the league and outside of the league. One of the first guys to sign with a Chinese shoe brand and blow that up. He has, I troll him for it, but I commend him as well. Like, he has shed light on, like, child identity, and, like,
real one for that. That's
yeah,
true.
you know what I'm saying? Like, when you just think about the stereotypical black house, like, oh, no, you don't know what you are. Like, no, you're not that. Like, you definitely are this.
Yeah,
D Wade put all of that aside,
Yep.
and is making it okay, normalizing it, and showing other, black people in black households, like, as a parent, you have to adapt. You have to update yourself and gather as much knowledge as possible so that you can be the best parent possible. So
Facts.
I think this is great, man. I don't know the percentage of ownership, but I'm super ecstatic to see that. He has a young Donovan Mitchell over there, and they
D
can,
Wade part 2, basically.
it's just about to be fire. So
Best
shout out
hooper
to
out of
Wade.
Chicago, D Wade. I'm biased. I already know. You know who I'm probably gonna say.
Pooh.
Of course.
Yeah, it's between Pooh and IT. But D Wade up there.
Yeah, Isaiah Thomas is up there.
Isaiah Thomas a dog.
Yeah, he is.
He was a
bro.
dog.
He is, bro. That's a fact. That's
Isaiah
true.
Thomas was a
That's true.
dog. Like, he has right to be mad at Mike because Mike knew IT was fucking him
I
up.
always think about this, bro. I don't know if you've seen the you definitely seen the
Yeah.
Last Dance documentary, but I know Isaiah Thomas puts up this front on NBA TV and shit that he's this cool ass, nice, bro. Nah, I'm sure. I don't know if you've seen the scene where the Bulls lost to the Pistons the year before they swept them out the playoffs. And Isaiah Thomas, you know how, like, after the game you dap everybody up, be like, okay, blah blah blah. Niggas probably talk shit and be like, yo, that's weak. I'll see you next year. Isaiah Thomas whispered something to Michael Jordan, bro, and Michael Jordan's face was just like, he took it. You could tell it's like he wanted to break down, bro. I don't know what Isaiah Thomas.
I didn't know what he said.
I don't know what he said to him, bro, but I think that's what made Mike a savage, and
Yeah.
then next year they knocked him out. So I got love for IT, but he's not like this clean cut. Like, it's NBA basketball.
Bro, like I just said, he from out west, bro.
That's a fact. Yeah, he came from nothing too.
Like,
Salute
dude,
to IT. He came from nothing.
They different. Pat Bev and IT is one and the same. Pat Bev just can't hoop, but still, they one and the same.
Facts.
But yeah, man, all in all, I give it Pooh, IT, D Wade in that order.
I agree. Probably missing a bunch of legends in there. A whole bunch. Yeah. AD in there as well.
Yeah, AD just unfair though, bro, because dude went from like 6'2" to 6'11" in 1 year.
AD got a gold medal with Kobe, Bryant. He was on that team at like 18, 19.
That's facts.
Keeping it on basketball, Kobe Bryant One of our idols growing up.
Man.
Probably the reason we fell in love with the game.
1000%.
Recently, him and Nike's partnership ended, basically letting the Kobe Bryant namesake become a free agent. His wife is probably, well, I'm guessing, is probably in charge of the estate. So how do you feel about that? Do you think, I know that LeBron has a lifetime deal with Nike. Kobe obviously did not. Do you think Nike should up the bag and try to get Kobe back on the brand, or kind of let Kobe shake and do his own thing? How do you feel about?
I don't know. To complement that, Mamba Academy also had to remove Mamba from the name Mamba Academy.
Stop, word?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And they, spokesperson for Mamba Academy ended up coming out saying that, what was it? That they were just trying to respect the family, and like essentially that name brought back too many memories, and since Kobe's not a part of it anymore, like split ways. I don't really get it. Like, why would Nike end the partnership for such a sought after shoe, a legendary player,
the most worn shoe in the NBA by players, 20%.
The most worn, it doesn't make sense. It really just sounds like they not trying to collect a bag, and what business isn't trying to collect a bag? I have my own thoughts about his relationship with his wife, and I truly believe that a lot of this is her and her greed. To be completely honest, if she does
coming
play
in with
any
the
part,
hot topics, boy.
Hey, man,
coming with the hot takes. That's
I said in my first release of this. If you soft, don't watch this because I'm on here talking. But no, I don't know, bro. It just doesn't sit right with me, G. It doesn't make sense. If Michael Jordan was to pass away, would there be a conversation of his shoe brand disintegrating?
Never that, bro. That's impossible. I think Nike basically is synonymous with Michael Jordan.
Facts.
They're basically one and the same. Granted, he has his own offshoot off Nike, but he helped build that brand.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? His 85, 84 release sneaker basically shattered the sneaker industry.
Yeah.
It broke the industry. I think would be dope. I can't speak to Vanessa. I don't know that relationship.
Right.
I don't know. That's a lot of money that you're kind of put in charge with. You got lawyers and you got contracts and you got a lot of shit to juggle. But I think it'll be dope for Kobe's brand to kind of do a tour. So Adidas do a collab with Kobe. Bring back or do a repurposed version of his original Adidas.
That'd be fire.
Reebok do a fucking collab with Kobe. I don't want Puma. No, Puma can stay away from that shit. Puma shoes ain't it. But
I'm dead.
Just the basketball brands I think would be dope if they kind of did their own versions of a Kobe shoe. And I think Vanessa made a good point that how sneaker culture is right now. The reselling market is crazy. Limited amounts of sneakers. You got to pay damn near double, triple to get a shoe you want. And she made it a point to be I want her shoes to be accessible to everyone. So I think that part of this partnership ending would be dope. But I think Nike, out of respect for Kobe and the work he put in, and his DNA is all over the game and in the sneaker industry. They should figure out a way to make this a lifetime partnership. If you could give one to LeBron, bro, you could definitely give one to Kobe. And that's just my 2 cents on it.
It's probably just a matter of who is going to execute the shoe idea and design. Probably nobody knows it better than Kobe, so that probably may be a factor into it. He can't have any input, but I'm still gonna blame Vanessa.
Moving right along, man. Moving right along. I want to touch on DMX. So, DMX
No pun intended.
Recently passed. Huge icon in rap. Very unique, had his own style. Influenced a lot of rappers. I love Pop Smoke, bro. Even a Pop Smoke growl came from somewhere. It's from DMX.
Yeah.
Pop
Smoke actually on DMX's new album.
I did see that. That's a fact. So I just want to ask you, bro, what are kind of your earliest memories of DMX, obviously we grew up in a different generation. Like I came up, Dipset era, Wayne era, the Clue mixtape, like that kind of outshoot. But I still knew who the fuck DMX was without a doubt. So how you feel about DMX, bro?
My pops is an avid DMX fan. So
Yeah.
like I grew up in the crib kind of like rocking with DMX and some of his albums and his tapes. But it was always on that's the man with the dog. Like as a kid,
facts.
like crazy man who liked dogs.
That can rap.
That can rap,
Facts.
And then I think last summer BET did that Rough Riders documentary.
Oh, which I still have to watch.
And it taught me like so much more about that man that I never knew. And like it made me get emotional, bro. Like seeing that man's story, he didn't want to have to do half the things he did in life. But that's kind of like all he knew. And to see him blow up to have 4, platinum albums back to back to back.
Got 2 platinum albums in a year.
And like continue to break records, bring people together. And most importantly, bro, he would pray with everybody at every concert.
Yeah, that's fire. That's dope.
And
that's dope.
I went and got me a black dog, bro. And after watching like the documentary, I'm like, yo, I feel like DMX, me and JoJo, you feel me? Like I want to be everywhere with my dog and shit.
Real shit.
Super sad to see him pass the way that he did. We still don't really know like what led to his passing. But he definitely lived a life that we will remember.
Facts.
How you feel?
Just kind of, let me shout out my brother Sean. Growing up in the house, I was a couple of years removed from my siblings, but Sean would play Jay-Z all the time. You play DJ Clue tapes.
Facts. Them Clue tapes were something
crazy, bro. Yeah. That's when I got put on the Fab.
Yeah.
But he would play DMX, and I just, from the hits to like the cuts, and DMX was really like a big influence into why I got into rap. Like, granted, like Dipset and Wayne really put the battery in my back, but like the respect and reverence I have for DMX was great. Like, great rapper, great person. And even though, he kind of had his ups and downs, drug addiction, he had to go to rehab a couple times, family stuff, money stuff. He battled all of that, but you can see in his passing, like, anybody he interacted with was, like, genuine. Like, he'd just be cool. Like, I seen a tweet about him picking up a kid from school for a promoter. Him and the promoter went and took the promoter's kid out of school. You know what I'm saying? Just stories like that. And I think X definitely touched the world with his music. The biggest thing I respect about him is that he was unapologetically himself. Yep. Like, he didn't try to cap for nobody. He didn't try to act different or whatever. Like, he was DMX. Like, the way he talked, like, he'll whisper for a little bit, then get loud. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's DMX. That's who he was, and he didn't try to front. Like, that's how he talked to everybody.
Facts.
And I think that's the dopest part about him. I think his existence here was like a lot of suffering, and like I think I do remember from the snippets I seen from the Rough Rider stuff, just about kind of how at a young age, like, he smoked a lace blunt or some shit like that. So, for him to kind of make it out of that to become who he was, which is like a rap megastar. Basically, him and Jay-Z was 1-1, neck and neck. Is a testament to his endurance and nothing but respect for DMX, man. That's all I gotta say.
Random memory from watching Rough Riders. They say bro used to rob people
with his dogs. This is Swiss Beats used to rob niggas too.
I didn't know about that, but if I ever seen Swiss Beats try to rob me, bro, that's some shit right there, bro.
50 pounds trying to rob you.
You feel me, dog? Yeah. Like, dude, get out of here.
But if you had a dog with you, bro, if you had a pit with you, somebody try to rob you.
Man, bro, somebody talking like that, bro. You feel me?
With a dog too.
Yeah, that's right there. That'll do it.
That's different.
Give me your shit. No.
That's different. That's different. Yeah, man. So rest in peace, DMX. Hopefully you got your flowers. Shout out to Nori with the Drink Champs interview. It was great to kind of see that side of his life. And just, man, I'm just happy that he was able to escape his suffering, and he just, he stamped DNAs and rap forever. So that's all I can say.
Rest in peace to a legend. Man, something that we talked about earlier this week was that KD $1 million worth of game interview.
Favorite player on the planet Earth.
KD nice, dog.
You the coldest, bro. He's the best.
It's kind of scary how easy the game is to him, to be honest. And it's just like, I don't really see him like not being like, you know how some LeBron, we're scared that if his athleticism goes away, like he'll just be a non-factor in the league. Cause like his shot is okay, but you know, it's like KD, what can he lose that will make him a non-factor? And I can't really pinpoint anything because he could shoot. He's shifty. He's already 7 feet, so he doesn't need much to dunk, you know? So it's like, I don't see him being stopped no time soon. He got a lot of years left for him to hoop.
Factual.
But that $1 million worth of game interview, one of his first interviews since his encounter with Shannon Sharp, him going back and forth with White Mike. What's his last name again? Mike Rappaport. He had a funny moment on there, dog, where I thought it was just him being absent-minded. You said he was trolling Russ.
Bro, stop it, Dooley. Come on, bro.
Why you think he was really?
He went to the NBA Finals with this man, bro, as your starting point guard, dog. Like, how can you be? Nigga, you named Serge Ibaka before Russ. Bro, stop playing with me, Dooley. Come on,
hey,
bro.
Man. You done played with some talent, though, since Russ, G.
Dooley, stop playing with me, bro. Stop it. You went to the NBA Finals with Russell Westbrook as your starting point guard.
Hey, man.
I just feel like KD know what he's doing at the end of the day. He's trolling people. He's going after the Michael Rappaports. He's going after the Shannon Sharps. He's basically inserting himself in media, you know, because he likes the engagement. He likes to troll. He likes to get a reaction. He knows that's the first thing people are going to spend 45 minutes of their show talking about, a tweet. Facts. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's hilarious. Like, he did it on purpose for sure. But I just think it's hilarious because he knows people are just going to bite that because it's Kevin Durant. So he got burner accounts, bro. Like,
that brings me to a great question, bro. Like, how do you feel about the level of sensitivity with these players these days and, like, them feeling the need to respond to absolutely everything that is said, like, on whether by sports analysts, like, on social media and all of that?
Social media is the best and worst thing that's happened to us, I think. Some things don't always need a response. I think that's kind of why I salute LeBron, because Skip Bayless come for this man neck every week, bro. I had a tweet that I was like, if somebody, what did I say? If somebody was trying to shoot Skip Bayless and LeBron jumped in the way to take the bullet, Skip Bayless would be like, the shooter had bad aim.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? Just because, bro. Just because. And it's like, I think Skip Bayless knows his career is based on LeBron.
Yeah.
If Skip didn't have LeBron to talk about, he'd be done.
Facts.
Niggas not trying to hear about the Cowboys every week. Like, that's the facts. But
I'm glad he just stopped taking pictures on Instagram with the Mexican mics. That shit was pissing me off.
The Team Jordans.
The Team Jordans, bro. Like, damn, dude, you gotta move with them.
Yeah, facts. I don't respect. I mean, let me not say that. I think sometimes it is warranted because sometimes analysts do talk crazy. Like the dude that was trying to talk crazy about LeBron, he's a black analyst.
Dude is
Whitlock.
Jason Whitlock.
Yeah. Just coming for LeBron in the worst ways, like
he has a history of that nonsense.
Right. And I salute LeBron because LeBron is the most pressure any athlete has had to face, I think, in sports, period, since 18. You know what I'm saying? So I salute him because I personally never seen LeBron say anything to anyone. LeBron just go hoop. That's it.
Facts.
He let the people kind of go with their arguments, and he's not clutch, and he's not that, and he just performs.
Facts.
Like, I have the ultimate respect for that, and I also feel like athletes don't always have to respond to everything and anything. I think it's bait, and that's how kind of these shows kind of get their viewers and all that. So how do you feel?
I don't know, bro. Maybe I'm old school, but it's like, gee, if you don't know me for real, I don't give a damn what you say about me. Like,
You think KD's soft for responding to tweets?
I think he's soft for having a burner account, but which I actually let me take that back because that's essentially the same as like people having Finstas and all of that. But I think he's like a dweeb for he was advocating for himself a lot on the burner accounts and like making himself, sound like a fan.
And need Russ. He could have done it.
You know, like that shit's corny, dog. Like you corny. But I don't really like how these players feel the need to go back and forth with people who are getting paid to do a job.
Right.
Like at the end of the day, you know that they just saying some stuff because this is their job. They're sharing their opinion. Your mama share her opinion with you. Like you don't always say something back to her. Like you just let that shit go. That's my mama. Like
sometimes I'm sorry, bro. Sometimes I just feel like analysts cross the line.
Facts.
And then it becomes from sport to personal.
Facts.
Then it's like you just start pulling at strings and you making up stories. And I heard Draymond and stuff went and cried in the park. Like, yeah, he's grown. Ain't nobody calling the crowd about to get KD to come. Like, it just be shit like that I don't respect. But I think criticism is a part of the game. They're analysts, they're reporters. That's everybody gets criticized. But the ones that go a little too far, I don't vibe with. So
I'm also a menace my damn self, and I be trolling
I
be trolling celebrities and doing all of that. So that's also probably why I feel like I don't really care because it come with the territory, bro. You put yourself in that light. But to your point, people do go too far sometimes.
Truth.
I got $1 million question for you.
Talk to me, bro.
Summer is coming up. Who you think gonna win? The hot girls or the finesse boys?
Ooh, so I heard the PPP shit they've been cracking down, so they already taking the loss for for them people.
Man, look.
So a lot of niggas gonna be looking real bad this summer, but I think
Saweetie got the chicks in their bag right now too.
Yeah, Quavo had to get his car back, bro. That's actually, to me, that looks worse on Quavo's part. But that's just me.
Yeah, he an Indian giver, but shit, it's $250K. I need that back too.
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
I need that back. I ain't give you a wedding ring. I could have my car.
I'm a shout out to the women. I think this is a summer that they could shine. A lot of girls have boyfriends now, so this summer we're gonna see how that shakes out.
If they even can come out, a lot of these chicks been getting pregnant over this 9 months in quarantine, bro.
But honestly, bro, I think you're going to see some wild shit, bro. And I honestly believe this is going to be the greatest summer ever because everybody been inside and not everybody's getting a chance to get outside. A bunch of the homies been in the gym. Niggas been running up money. People just been finding different creative outlets. And now that concerts are opening back up, I just seen a Rolling Loud lineup. That shit look like
death.
It do, but it looked like a fun death. Yeah. I'm not going to lie to you. I might fuck around and go. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. But I just feel like it's just so much pent up. Like we're people. We got to be social beings. We got to get outside. I personally need a rooftop and an old fashioned to really get my mind kind of at ease. And people are starting to take trips now and shit like that. So
I got like 5 lined up for this summer.
Yeah, you a trip boy.
After this second dose of the vaccine, bro, I'm Audi 3000.
What's the best place you heading to?
Well, let me put this disclaimer, dog. I'm going places, but I'm also like not about to hit clubs and like do all of that. Like I'm still trying to be as safe as possible. But I am.
This nigga lying. You lying. I know you lying. As soon as he touched down, right?
Trying to think. I know I'm going to Houston. I'm supposed to go to Boston. Miss Harris' daughter getting married. Mr. Harris' daughter getting married in Boston.
Right, yeah.
So I'm going out there. Couple other places. I got a credit for an international trip. I'm trying to figure out. I got to use it by December, so I'm trying to get up out of here.
I can see you in Italy.
In Italy, bro. I want to be around my people, bro. Right now, the world's against us.
That's the realest, boy. That's the realest shit. Damn, that's some real shit.
I'm trying to come see my mama when I get back.
You going to Gambia?
No. Well, I'm trying to at the end of the year. This new gig, we got FTO, like flexible time off. So, and you could take up to like 3 weeks at a time. So
wow.
Out of
Damn, salute to Dooley, bro. This
Feel
man,
me?
he working. That's awesome.
Now ask me if I'm gonna stay there. That's the $1 million question.
Right, that's the $1 million question for anybody, for everybody.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Hot girl summer for sure.
You think so?
Yeah, for sure. Hot girl summer.
You could say that, bro. You comfortable. You can
I'm
say
chilling.
that, man. You can
Yeah,
say that.
got my lady at the crib.
You can say that.
You know,
man. You can
lady
say
and a
that.
dog. So I'm decent, bro. You know, I'm chilling. But
Facts.
yeah, man, this was a heavy ass episode. It's a lot going on in the world. Do your research. Stay safe. What you got to say to the people?
I just want to let my black people know we love you. Stay strong. The work is not done. Obviously, there will be ups and downs this year throughout 2021. I just hope that we can stick together and just fight for our people. I think that's what's most important. And yeah, another episode down, and we appreciate everybody that's tuned in. We love the feedback. If you guys do want to reach out to us and hit us up about topics that you want to hear us talk about, whether fashion, this is the fashion guy himself, sports, music, world topics, Chicago topics, please let us know. You know, DMs are open. You guys know our numbers if you're homies of ours. Yeah, we just appreciate the support, man, and that's it.
And you can email us, notyourtypical bootyscratchers@gmail.com, Instagram page, and all of that loading real soon.
On the way.
So, on the way, man. Appreciate y'all. Another episode down.
Gang.
Dog.
Solid.